All right, here we go. YouTube, what the heck is up? It's your boy BTFJ, and I'm back with another video. If you guys are enjoying these free credit tips, tricks, and just everything personal finance in general, please do smack that freaking subscribe button. Drop a like on the videos if the information has helped you any thus far. And guys, let's hop straight into it. So basically what I want to go over for you guys today is just how to build your credit profile out properly so that way you can get approved. We don't want to get denied any freaking more, okay? We don't want to get denied any freaking more. And a lot of you guys are not understanding that the score doesn't matter. Like, that's what we think. Oh, I gotta get my credit score up. Gotta get my credit score up. Indeed you do, but to an extent. And you have to understand why that score goes up the way it does. The data points. And that's what we're going to be going over today. So, one thing that I just recently seen on YouTube was there was one of the well-known credit educators in the scene had over an 800 plus credit score and got denied a Chase card. But you're probably wondering why. Why did he get denied and he has such a high score? The data points. So the reason he got denied was literally the utilization was just he got it down, but it wasn't to the bank's favor because he has so much available credit that he's facilitating and, you know, leveraging. Also, he didn't use the proper sequence when it came to being able to wait enough time to apply for a new line of credit. So, as you guys know, you have credit age. That is a small factor of your credit, but it is something very important that the banks look at. They want to know how frequently are you asking for credit because they already understand. Essentially, this is a tool for you to use, so they need to know how well are you using your tools, how are you keeping them up, do you maintenance them, or do you just use and abuse them? So that's basically what we're going to go over today. So for starters, a tip I'm going to give you is, number one, you need to understand the difference between a Vantage and FICO score. Vantage, you might as well just forget about that score. Anytime the bank is going to pull your score, they're never going to use a Vantage score, okay? They're always going to go with FICO. So I'm going to be honest, we're not even going to cover Vantage. We're going to cover the importance of a FICO score and why it needs to be high with the proper data points on it. So let me see. I just got a letter in the mail today, actually, that I could show you guys. And on this letter, it's going to show you a score. All right. Let me just show you this. All right. So on this letter is going to show you guys what my current FICO credit score is that the bank pulled for this credit that I applied for, okay? So I'm going to show you guys now. You guys see that, right? Get a little closer. So we have a whopping 767 credit score right there. That is from the bank themselves. That is the score they pulled to see if they want to lend me some money for my business. With that being said, sorry about that, guys, I got a call. With that being said, let me go on to Experian and go check what my FICO score is, and let's see if these scores match. Put my phone on silent too while I'm at it. So as you guys can see, the scores are up there for sure, but it doesn't match that score that the bank gave. You're probably wondering why. So, because I obviously do credit education and I help people, fix the credit, all you need to know is the correct data point. So first things first, I already know I need a certain amount of revolving, I need a certain amount of installment, and there's specific long-term and short-term accounts that they want to see up there. Also self-reported things as well. So with that being said, I made sure I had all of them. You know what I'm saying? And right on Credit Karma, this is a good one to use just so you can see how many accounts you need. On Credit Karma, it shows you like, okay, if you have 0 to 10, all right, you're in the building stage to still. If you got 11 to 19, okay, you're starting to get into that good, reasonable range. And then once you get to that 21 plus range, now that is where you call yourself head honcho. You know what's going on. You making it happen. So the first thing in your head, you're probably wondering, yo, how am I going to leverage 21 plus accounts positively, never miss a payment, and build this credit like you say, and get these data points that's going to build the credit so strong, the credit profile so strong to the point we never get denials anymore. Let's dive deep into it. So, the first big top-notch bank you're gonna go build a relationship with is Navy Federal Credit Union. Now, this bank isn't a open to public bank. Like, you can't just go on this website and get into this bank. You have to be invited, or you have to be a military personnel or a family member of a military personnel. And basically, obviously, you get the gist. You just got to ask them for their information, tell them you guys are related, and you'll be able to get in. Now, you're probably wondering, hey, you never mentioned anything about you having a military background. So how'd you get in? I'm going to let you know. Before I even knew how powerful this bank was, my sister got me an account with them, and she actually was dating a guy that was in the military. He allowed her to join. She used her access code. So once you get in, you will be given an access code. You can give this access code to typically whoever you want, but it should be a family member or a very close friend or somebody in the military, obviously. So that is how I got in. If you guys want help with that, definitely text BTF to 252-714-2745 and I will get you guys in. No problem. We'll walk step through step, make sure you understand exactly what you're doing. But as you guys can see, we are on the pre-qualify for a credit card page. And the reason we want to establish a relationship with this bank specifically, because they are very known for giving a lot of money to new users and new to credit users. They give them a lot of money, and they give you your first chance to actually get your feet wet. You know what I'm saying? So probably this number I'm getting ready to drop is going to spook you, but I got to say it anyway. Most people is getting cleared for 7 to 15K off their first card with their proper structured profile for Navy Fed. So this is why this is the first bank I want to talk to you about, is because this is the first one that's going to give you that opportunity to be able to get capital up front, to be able to make your first investment. Maybe you want to start Amazon FBA. That's not really a maybe. That's the first thing I'm going to start up once I do get my business funding. But this is the bank that's going to allow you to take those first steps. So this is a credit union. This isn't like a fintech or a top tier national regional bank. You know what I'm saying? So moving on, I have another option for a credit union. This is PenFed Credit Union. Now, I personally don't use PenFed Credit Union, but I have looked online and did some research, and they basically have like a trifecta that you can actually get with them. As you can see here, there's multiple options, and look, see if I pre-qualify. Guys, you don't want to just be clicking apply now. You literally could get a decision in as little as 20 seconds just to see if your credit profile qualifies. Now, just a good rule of thumb, if you don't at least have a 720, don't bother. You get what I'm saying? Don't bother, because there are some negative items that's holding you back, and that's what I'm here for. I can help you guys. I literally fix my credit. So, hey, I started in the 400s. So you're not telling me it's not possible. It's just you don't want to lock in and do it. But if you need help with your credit, hey, you guys know the number. You know what you need to text, BTF, to 252-714-2745. But let's get back into it. So let's look at the benefits of having some of these cards. Like, look at this card right here. Let's just focus in, okay? You get 50,000 bonus points when you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days. Now, what I need you to do is comment down below 50K if you know you spend $3,000 religiously within a month, 2 months, or 3 months. Let me know how easy it is for you to spend $3,000, right? Whether that just be in food, doing shopping, or just paying bills in general. How easy is it for you to spend $3,000? If you're just like the average American, within 3 months, that's beyond easy to do, especially if you have a decent job. So with that being said, imagine getting that $3,000, spending that $3,000, getting that 50K bonus points, and then being able to use that to travel across the world for free. Oh, I said a little too much for you, huh? I said a little too much for you. We'll get more into that in another video, but let's stick to the structure. So as you guys can see, you have really good options with this credit union as well. Definitely you want to build a relationship with whatever bank you choose to go with. Build a relationship with them. Open a checking and savings. Put a couple $100 in there. If you know that's not going to be your main bank, put a couple hundred in there. Let it sit for a while. Hey, go get one of their secured loans. Hey, let that age for a little bit. I have all these details for you on how to use these strategies to build crazy internal scores with these banks. So you guys probably don't even know your bank scores you on the internal side, aside from your actual credit score, just for them alone. So like every time your card declines, you know what I'm saying, you might mess with your internal score. Or anytime you overdraft, I know if you overdraft for sure, you definitely mess with your internal score. And I actually learned that from Navy Federal, because they are very open about having an internal score. And anytime you either apply and get approved or denied, they put your internal score on the application so you can see where it's at. But I actually had to call in to Navy Federal to see what the status for my account was, because it got locked because I was continuously overdrafting it, and they thought I was trying to do some type of fraud. But times were hard, you know, sometimes life be lifing, and all I literally was doing was using my debit card as a credit card, because they was allowing me to overdraft up to a certain amount, and I was just spotting myself until the next paycheck with just gas money. That's all I was doing. So like I said, I ended up getting locked out. I had to basically, you know, prove what I was doing, blah blah blah. You guys get the gist. But I end up getting my internal score from doing that, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you know it wasn't so favorable. So with that being said, make sure you do build these relationships. Now, this is the current main bank I am using right now, and if you guys look on your screen, they do have a promotion going on. They will literally give you $100 of free cash if you just use direct deposit with them. So earn $100 when you direct deposit at least $500 in a month to your new Simply Prosper checking account. So I already know what it takes to open up one of these accounts. You gotta have $25, or you have to be a member of the ACC. I can get you into ACC as well. I know exactly what to do to get you inside of there, so that way you can join hundreds, thousands of credit unions without being a military personnel or being a family member of one. I know exactly how to get you in. So if you need that, I got that. Just let me know. Excuse me. But just think about it. Why wouldn't you want $100 to get paid your paycheck anyway? You get what I'm saying? That's free money, guys. Take advantage of it. But the reason why I decided to make this my main bank was for something bigger than this measly $100 that we spend on just our gas alone. You get what I'm saying? Let's go to the credit cards. Here we go. This is it right here. This Visa Signature credit card is the ultimate credit card of them all. So imagine they're getting your direct deposit, right? I teach you about the secured loan. You do that for 3 months as well. Direct deposits for 3 months, secured loan for 3 months. And then here we go down here. What does this say? I'll wait. Drop it down below in the comment sections if you see it. I'll wait. Smash that like button while you're at it. I'll wait. Guys, a personal credit card with up to a $50,000 credit limit is bonkers. You got to understand, these are limits that they're giving to businesses, and they're doing this on a personal side. Huh. Look. Look at that bonus right there. Guys, who can't spend $1,000 in 90 days? You get 25,000 bonus points. That's a free flight, y'all. I hope you understand that. That's a free quick weekend flight getaway, go explore a new state type vibe. You get to go, fellas, hey, take a shorty on a quick trip, you know what I'm saying? For the free ski, just from you being a responsible spender and knowing how to spend your money in which places. Also, check this out. 0% APR on purchases for the first 12 months. So, as you guys can see, this freaking card is loaded with benefits, and as you guys can see, you can get a hefty starting limit. All right, so now you guys are probably wondering, all right, why would I build these relationships with them, and how does it benefit me? So not only is using these methods gonna help your internal scores with these banks, so that way your personal relationship with them can help with your approvals, just in case your credit can't do it itself. But another thing, you're going to be making these on-time payments for these secured accounts. And secured accounts basically is you front the money, they give it right back to you, and now they just build you a primary trade line on your credit report, and it just shows on-time payments. And now you're going with the you're building your age on top of that. Back up. We're getting back to year 1, year 2, year 3, all the way up to that 5-year marker that we love. And with that being said, now you're building relationships on Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. That's why it's important to have multiple accounts, because when it comes time for you to apply for credit, you're not gonna do what I do what I did when I didn't know anything, and I just went to Capital One, got 1 card, and got 3 inquiries. Does that make sense to you? Imagine getting 1 product and they made you pay for it 3 times. It's not a good product, right? Don't think so, right? Exactly. But here's why I do recommend Capital One. It's one of the top banks in the world, of course. We all know this. We've seen it around. You've probably seen Capital One in your state. If not, I don't know what you got going on in your state, but get out of there. It ain't big enough. That's just what it is. Get out of there. It ain't big enough. There's more to the world and you need to explore it. Now, what I did was I applied for the secured credit card and I did the pre-approval method. And this basically is giving you a education tip on the difference between pre-qualify and pre-approval. You know, pre-qualified doesn't guarantee. Sorry, I got another call. Pre-qualified doesn't guarantee what they're saying. Neither does pre-approval, but it's more of a standpoint that you can go off of and rely on. You get a very good idea what a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification can mean anything. You can pre-qualify for 2K of a limit, and then they mess around and give you a $250 limit. That's obviously being super absurd. You'll probably get like a $300 to $500 limit, but that's just, you know, I want to over exaggerate so you can see like the difference between the two. Now, sometime that pre-qualification label for some banks is just their pre-approval tool. That's the only one they got, and that's just what you got to go off of. But the reason why this is an honorable mention for me, Capital One, is because when I decided to reestablish a relationship with them, because I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know, when I was about 19, I got like, I want to say either 2 or 3 Capital One cards. I didn't pay them back a dime. And they still allowed me to, you know, make it right. So when I did pay them back and I said, hey, can you give me another chance? Can I get a credit card and prove to you I'm going to do the right thing? Guess what? They welcomed me with open arms. And that's why this is an honorable mention, because if you know you messed up with a lot of banks, specifically if you messed up with Capital One, hey, just pay them their money back and just say, hey, can I have another chance? Now, what they're going to tell you is, hey, you have to go the secured route and you got to prove yourself to me. And that's A-okay, because that's what I'm teaching you now. You want to get these primaries on your profile and not just credit builders like these, because now banks, they're just getting smarter. Like, that's just what it is. They're just getting smarter. So when they see these, they're just like, oh, okay, you know, I see you making on-time payments, and, you know, this is another trade line, but you probably had bad credit before, which is why you have to have these up there. You know what I'm saying? They're getting a little skeptical because these credit builders are going so viral, and the banks is doing their research on what these are doing for people. And these 2 websites right here, Credit Strong and Kickoff, the lowest amount that you could get for Kickoff is $2,500. A $2,500 trade line, all you got to pay is $25 a month. That's a no-brainer. Because with credit, they like to see, okay, what did this person give them? What did this person give them? So if they see, oh, somebody gave him a $2,500 limit and he's doing the right thing with it, more than likely they might be like, all right, let's give him $2,000. See what he do with us. So this is why these are important. But why I favor real primaries more with real banks where you front your own money is because now they see, okay, he's very serious. Like, he came out of pocket up front. So now we already know we can really trust him. So that's why that's important. So we went through the credit unions. You got Navy Federal, PenFed, and Skyla. If these aren't available in your area, all you literally have to do is look up credit unions near me, and it'll tell you which ones is available. Need to get some drink. Now, moving on. These upgrade cards are so easy to get approved for. Let's go to all. Here we go. So check this out. We have the cash rewards card. You get 1.5% cash back. Rewards on all purchases. So it doesn't matter what you get. If you go get a pack of gum, you're still going to get 1.5% cash back. The most important thing right here, which they have highlight, is no annual fee. And you get to check if you qualify with no, it doesn't bother your credit score. Like, it doesn't hurt to see. You get what I'm saying? So that's why these are important, because these are going to allow you to see, all right, which cards can I get without hurting my credit. That's important. So that's one that I would recommend. The Apple Card is an easy one. So one of the data points that I've been seeing here recently with people with the Apple Card is if you're a frequent user with the Apple Pay, like people sending you money up there and you just having money sitting in there, and you, let's say you have a 720 credit score already and you go apply, they are giving you thousands of dollars because they basically see like, all right, they're using me as their real bank. So it's kind of like a collateral thing in a sense. Now, if this is an actual data point, I'm not 100% certain, but I do have a friend that literally had $1,000 in their freaking Apple Pay wallet. And I swear that was the fastest Apple Card approval I've seen in my life. Now, he only did get $3,000, but at the end of the day, that's $3,000 he can leverage to do whatever he wants. You get what I'm saying? He can do whatever he wants with that, and obviously, I've taught him how to use the card properly, so he's not going to go in a negative from using this card. He knows what to do with it. But as you see your credit limit and interest rate offer all without impacting your credit score. And also another thing that I do know, if they do deny you, if Apple denies you, it won't hurt your credit, and they'll also send you an email letting you know exactly what was the factors of why they decided to say no. If they do say yes, they're going to show you your limit before you obviously click like, yes, I want to do this. And if you don't want to get an inquiry, let me know. I could teach you the little method. Moving on. So freaking fine. So I want to let you guys know right now, this is for the hustlers and the hustlers only. If you guys want to make a quick $25, either DM me or text me BTF to 252-714-2745 and let me know that you're interested in a SoFi play. And basically, this is all it is. This is all it is. You take $50 and you deposit into a free, this is a fintech, so this is an online bank, completely free and all online, right? You put $50 in the account and let it sit there. After like a week or two, because the money has to post the account, has to clear on SoFi's end, and it has to clear on your actual bank that you sent it from. And once that is approved, they're going to give you a free $25 bonus just for joining them. You get what I'm saying? Now, you're probably wondering, okay, that's just a measly $25. Like, why is it like, why'd you get so happy about this? This is why. Let's say you have 2 family members that you know can benefit from just a quick little $25, right? You literally tell them, hey, I did this already. I put $50 in the account. I got 25. Now you're gonna see where it shows. I'm not logged in, so I can't show you, but you're gonna get your own personalized invite code. So let's say I invited you, right? You put the $50 in. You got your 25. You're probably wondering, what did you get? I got $75 for bringing you in. $75 for bringing you in, and that's where you can run it up with your family and friends. I literally do this with literal family, friends, and co-workers. I've been doing this with everybody just because it's free money. It's literally free money. So you send your link to your family member. They put the $50 in, it clears, they get their 25. That's your first $75. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Now, you can make up to $300 if you add your direct deposit to this bank as well. I personally did do that. I only qualified for an extra $50 bonus because my direct deposits wasn't big enough. There's a certain amount they want you to reach. I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's up there for sure. So if you're not making a crazy amount, you'll only qualify for that extra $50. But hey, any free money that a bank is going to give you, I say go get it. You get what I'm saying? It's for the free ski. So now that you've done that, you're probably wondering, all right, so I got this free money from SoFi. Excuse me. I got this free money from SoFi. My direct deposits coming here. But I like my other bank better. Like, I want to go back to my other bank. Don't move just yet. The reason why you want to stick with SoFi for at least 6 months is because we're going to want to get the credit card and the personal loan. Well, why do I need that? Why would I want that? Because we're structuring your credit profile. So now when we get that that loan, that personal loan, what we're going to do is we're going to take that money and let's say we get the personal loan of $3,000, right? I say your payment's roughly $100 a month, $130 a month. All right. We're going to go and start establishing our relationship with one of the biggest institutions in the freaking world, American Express. Everybody wants the black card, right? Comment black card down below if you want that black card. Yeah, that unlimited spender, tip giver. You already know the vibes. You pull that black card out, she going for sure. All right, it's just a status thing. It just really is. So let me see. Cards, banking. There we go. All right, banking. This is what I want to show you. Once we get that loan from SoFi, right, we're going to take $1,000 and we're going to dump it into this high yield savings account. So as you guys can see, this is a 3.50 APY. There's no monthly fees. You can move your money to any account you want. No penalty. Just do it. Your interest compounds daily and 24/7 customer support. But a lot of people don't understand this is the backdoor method to get into American Express ecosystem. So now that you got $1,000 and you're gonna let that sit for 6 months, they're gonna see, oh, okay, you just got $1,000 to just sit. Once you go to pre-approve for one of their credit cards, of course they're gonna say, yes, you can have one. You just had $1,000 sitting in this account for 6 months, never touched it, never transferred it out, only added money to it. Of course we want to give you a credit card. You prove yourself financially responsible, okay? And most people don't even have a high yield savings. You're probably watching this video right now and this is the first time you even heard of one. But that's why that's important. So let's go back. Let's backtrack. We only use 1,000 of the 3,000. Whoa, what is the other 2,000 for? Perfect. Now let's say you do apply for the credit card. Let's say not apply, you pre-qualify for the credit card and they don't let you. You get what I'm saying? No problem. No problem at all. We're gonna come to a bank like Chase. They're gonna allow you to see your pre-approved offers with no impact to your credit. And then let's say, hey, they won't even pre-approve you. They have a secured card. You have $2,000 to start an account. So what are you gonna do? Simply put, we're gonna put $100 in a checking, and we're gonna put that $1,900 into a savings. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a what? Secured. I'm not gonna give you the answer. I want y'all to drop it below in the comment section so I make sure you guys are following me, because we've been running the same plays. We just been going to different banks. So we're going to use a secured what with Chase. So we're gonna go get that secured account, whatever it may be. You guys gonna let me know in the comment section, because I want to make sure you guys retain the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go get a secured whatever that account may be. I'm gonna start building that relationship with Chase. It's one of the biggest banks in this world as well. Pretty much all around the world, you can go and see a Chase bank for sure. So what is that gonna do? That's gonna start building your relationship, so that way when you go over to the business side of Chase, They give out them big boy limits. I mean, I've seen 15,000 first starting off, 30,000, 35, 40, 50. The numbers just keep rising as the years go on. So, this is the accounts I would refer to you guys to build your credit profile, so that way you have very strong, healthy primaries on your account. So that way, yeah, you might have a low amount, but these are actual primaries that you actually took, 6 months each time to build up, build. And now what they're going to see is, yeah, you have a lot of recent accounts, but these are actual structured accounts that you took your time to build with. So now that we've took this 1 year to just build these relationships with these banks, we're going to just chill for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Let our credit age get back up. And then after that, once we, get our funds back right, guess what we're going to do? This was the secret sauce that I was talking about. Y'all ready for this? We're going to add a trade line up there. So basically what that is we're going to go ask somebody who already has like 20 years of age with a credit card with like 20,000 on it. And basically I'm telling them like, hey, I'll pay you X amount of dollars if you allow me to borrow that information and put it on my report, so that way I could get approved for a brand new house, a brand new car, higher limit credit cards, higher limit loans. And then guess what we're going to do now? Once we get approved for the things that we want and like and need, repeat the process. Now that we got these things, now it's time to chill. We got to let it build on back up. Now we're going to go with a new strategy. All right, now we've got all these banks. What's the next banks we want to build relationships? Is there certain banks we want to double dip with? Of course we want to double dip with Chase. Of course we want to double dip with Big Boy Navy Federal. Of course we want to double dip with PenFed. Of course we want to double dip with Skylar. You get what I'm saying? Of course we want to go hit SoFi up again. Definitely. We want to get as much as we possibly can from American Express. That's why it's important to build data points, okay? So just general knowledge for you guys to know the overall score breakdown by percentage and points. So the number one is payment history. That is 35% of your credit score. That is a whopping 192.5 points. Next in line is your credit card usage. So that's another thing that I can educate you on. Your credit card usage and your loan usage are different. They track your credit card usage, but your loan usage is not tracked. So that is like a hack to lower the utilization, because you get more credit, but they don't track utilization for loans. So it pushed down your credit card utilization, and it just ups the total amount of available credit. That is a little hack for you to bring utilization down. Or you could just pay what you owe. It's that simple. So 30% of your score is usage. So just off those two alone, that is 65% of your score out of 100%. So you guys see the importance of those, right? Now, moving on, we got the credit age. Like I told you guys, after a while, once we do these plays, we gotta wait a little bit. This is why, because 15% of your credit is made up of the age, and that's 82.5 points. So we also have inquiries in your credit mix. So remember at the start, I was telling you guys that we gotta have revolving, installment, self-reported, small and long-term mixes of credit. This is why, is because you got 10% for your inquiries, just seeing, let's say they don't have a pre-qualifier or a pre-approval, and you just want to see like, hey, can I get it? 10% of just seeing, hey, can I get it, is made up of out of your credit score, and that's 55 points right there. So you don't want too many of those. You want to stay 3 or below, and you got to know how exactly to do it. Like I told you, you got to make sure you're hitting up TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian individually, so that you can get 3 pieces for 1 inquiry. That's right. We don't want to get 1 piece and pay 3 times. We want to get 3 things and pay 1 time. That's how we're gonna do it. And then the credit mix is 10% as well, and that's the other 55 points to make up your whole 100% credit card. So also another thing I want to go over is statement date, close date. Let's say you're a person, you already have a credit card. Most of you guys think, all right, the best time to pay that credit card is on the due date, right? It's important, but it's not the most important. I feel like the most important thing to understand with a credit card is the statement and closing date. Is because that's how you get to manipulate what your utilization for that card is going to be for that month, to see if your credit score is going to be going down this month or going up. So if you're using over 30% of your balance, whatever that may be, whatever your credit limit is, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that score going down this month. But let's say your statement date is on the 15th of every month. If you go ahead and lower your utilization to under 9%, so that way you have the most optimal percentile that's reporting, guess what? That credit score is going up. So just keep that in mind. If you do ever run to where you need to use your credit and you have an emergency, obviously, you know, that is what it's for. It's supposed to be a support system. If you're not currently already using it as a tool, you can't use it as a support system, but make sure you do pay the money back. Don't put yourself in that bind where you're going to be like, I'm going to pay it back next week. Oh, I'm going to pay it back next week. See how that gets repetitive? You never pay it back, and now score's going down. Your credit score don't care about, oh, why you don't want to put X amount of dollars here this week. They only care about the facts. The facts are, if you ain't under that 30%, we're going downtown. That's it. Credit's dropping. So definitely always pay down your balance by the statement date. And then also, let's say you pay down your balance by the statement date and you still have a payment due. Make sure you make that payment, because that statement date payment may not cover the full payment that's needed for the due date. So it'll tell you in your app if you made enough of a payment. I would just obviously look and see how much of that payment is, and then add it to whatever you're going to bring down for your statement date, and then voila, you'll smooth sail them. You cleared your due amount for whatever date that is. Let's say like it's the 20th. You've already cleared it by the 15th. And you're all set to go. Oh yeah. So the importance of each like borough that you're gonna get a relationship with, I'll give you 3 from each one. So Experian, you can get an American Express account, Chase account, Bank of America. That's 3 banks that you can build relationships with and see if you could get pre-approved to get a secured card. If you can't, straight out get a credit card that's not secured. For Equifax, typically it depends on the region, but Capital One pulls Equifax. They do pull all 3. I'm going to let you know they pull all 3. So make sure that is the last one on the list you go and get if you can't get any others. But definitely go the secure route with them. Citizens Bank, Key Bank, I think that's more like a northern bank. And PenFed does pull from Equifax, so definitely hop on that PenFed. That's just non-negotiable. If you don't get it, you don't like money. TransUnion, Apple, Navy Federal, Barclays, and any Synchrony Bank. So you can look up Synchrony Bank and see which banks are affiliated with them, which cards are affiliated with them, and you can get one of those, and that's TransUnion. And there you have it, folks. That is how you build the credit profile. And within 90 days, if you don't have a 700, come holler at me, because you ain't do something right. But if that knowledge was good for you all, make sure you guys do drop a freaking like, smash that freaking subscribe button, please. I literally do this for free. There's somebody who had the same conversation and got paid $10,000 for it. I just said it for free. I just spent the last hour of my life saying it for free just so you can learn it for free. So that way you can finally stop procrastinating yourself and take action and finally do something to change that situation that you're currently in. I believe in you always. It's been your boy BTFJ. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm signing out. Peace. Peace.